Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am your humbled host, Crime Time, back at it with a brand new video. Today we're going to be talking about the list of federal death row prisoners. Before I get started on this video, please make sure you like and comment, subscribe, share, turn on your post notifications so you'll be notified every single time I drop a brand new video. Please don't forget to subscribe on my Save Our Children TV channel and subscribe to Charles Reactions and come back here and subscribe to Crime Time so you'll be notified every single time I post a brand new video on my platforms. Without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Okay. Shannon Agofsky. Race intensity. White. State. Texas. Year of sentence. 2004. Offense. Convicted and sentenced to death for killing of a prisoner in a federal prison. Billy Jerome Allen. Race ethnicity, black. Year of sentence, 1998. Offense, convicted and sentenced to death for his involvement in an armed bank robbery during which a bank guard was killed, co-defendant of Norris Holder. Marsabisi Aquila Burnett. Race ethnicity, black. State, North Carolina. Year of sentence, 1998. Offense, convicted and sentenced to death for the killing of his ex-girlfriend as well as another man in a carjacking. Kenneth Eugene Barrett. Race ethnicity, white. State is Oklahoma. Year sentence 2005. Offense, convicted and sentenced to death for the fatal shooting of a state police officer who was serving a no-knock warrant on his house for suspicion of drug activity. Death sentence reversed by the U.S. Court of Appeals for the 10th Circuit on January 19, 2021 for effective assistance of counsel in the penalty phase of the trial, awaiting the determination of whether federal prosecution will pursue a capital resentencing. Brandon Basham. Race ethnicity, white. State, South Carolina. Year of sentence, 2004. Offense, convicted and sentenced to death for the kidnapping and death of a woman following escape from prison. Co-defendant, Chadrick Folks. Anthony Battle. Race ethnicity, black. Year of sentence, 1997. Offense, convicted and sentenced to death for the killing of a prison guard. Mir Jason Brown. Race ethnicity, black. State is Georgia. Year sentence 2003. Offense, convicted and sentenced to death for the fatal stabbing of a postal worker. Carlos Coro. Race and ethnicity, Latino. State is Virginia. Year sentence 2007. Offense, convicted and sentenced to death for the killing of a prisoner in a federal prison. Wesley Cox. Race and ethnicity, white. State is Missouri. Year sentence 2014. Offense, convicted and sentenced to death for the killing of a federal prisoner in a mental health unit of a federal prison. Defendant is Charles Hall. Odell Corley. Nash Reed. Race and ethnicity, black. State, Indiana. Year sentence 2004. Offense, convicted for actions stemming from an attempted bank robbery committed with several others, during which 2 bank employees were killed. Brandon Consul. Race ethnicity is black. State of South Carolina. Year sentence 2019. Offense is convicted and sentenced to death for killing 2 bank employees during the course of a bank robbery. Christopher Creamer. Race and ethnicity, white. State is Texas. Year sentence 2018. Offense, convicted and sentenced to death for the killing of a fellow prisoner in a federal prison. Defendant and Vicky Beckwell. Len Davis, race ethnicity, black, state, LA, U.S. Sentence 2005. Offense, police officer is convicted and sentenced to death for ordering the killing of a witness for an internal affairs investigation into a police misconduct complaint against him. Joseph Abram, race ethnicity is black, U.S. Sentence was 2009. Offense is convicted and sentenced to death for the killing of a prisoner in a federal prison. Ricky Fackrell, race ethnicity is white, state is Texas. U.S. Sentence is 2018. Offense is convicted and sentenced to death for the killing of a fellow prisoner in a federal prison. Co-defendant of Christopher Kramer. Edward Fields, race ethnicity is white, state is Oklahoma. Year of sentence is 2005. Offense is pled guilty to and sentenced to death for the failed shooting of two campers on federal land. Chedrick Fox, race ethnicity is white, state of South Carolina. Year of sentence 2004. He pled guilty and sentenced to death for the kidnapping and death of a woman following an escape from prison. Defendant is Brandon Basham. Marvin Lebaron, race ethnicity is white, state is Michigan. Year of sentence 2002. Offense is convicted and sentenced to death for killing a woman on federal land. Edgar Garcia, race ethnicity is Latino, state is Texas. Year of sentence is 2010. Offense is convicted and sentenced to death for the fatal stabbing of a fellow prisoner while incarcerated in a federal prison. Co-defendant of Mark Snar. Thomas Hager, race ethnicity is black, state is Virginia. Year of sentence is 2007. Offense is convicted and sentenced to death for a drug-related killing. Charles Hall, race ethnicity is white, state is Missouri. Year of sentence is 2014. Offense convicted and sentenced to death for the killing of a fellow prisoner at a mental health unit of federal prison. Defendant is Wesley Coons. Norris Holder, race ethnicity is black, state is Missouri. Year of sentence is 1998. Offense is convicted and sentenced to death for fatal shooting of a security guard during a bank robbery. Co-defendant is Billy Allen. Richard Allen Jackson, ethnicity, race is white, state is North Carolina. Year of sentence 2001. Offense convicted and sentenced to death for the fatal shooting of a woman while on federal property in North Carolina. Regis Cardamovas, race ethnicity is white, state is California. Year of sentence 2007. Offense convicted and sentenced to death for his involvement in the killings and kidnapping to raise some of 5 Russian and Georgian immigrants. Co-defendant Louis Bacall. Gail Lawrence, race ethnicity is black, state is Ohio. Year of sentence 2006. Offense convicted and sentenced to death for the fatal shooting of a special duty police officer during an attempted bank robbery. Kenneth Lady, race ethnicity is black, state is Maryland. Year of sentence of 2005. Offense is convicted and sentenced to death for his involvement in the kidnapping and death of an alleged drug dealer. Race and ethnicity, Michael Lowry, white, states California, year of 2007. Offense convicted and sentenced to death for his involvement in the killings and kidnapping to ransom of 5 Russian and Georgian immigrants. Co-defendant is Georgios Kadamovas. Ronald Mikkels, race and ethnicity is white, state is Illinois, year of sentence 2005. Offense convicted and sentenced to death for killing of a federal grand jury witness in a Medicare fraud investigation. Jeffrey Williams Paul, race and ethnicity is white, state is Arizona, year of sentence 1997. Offense convicted and sentenced to death for his involvement in the robbery and killing of a retired National Park employee on federal land. James H. Roan Jr., race and ethnicity is black, state is Virginia, year of sentence is 1993. Offense is convicted and sentenced to death for his participation in a series of drug-related killings. Defendant of Corey Johnson and Richard Tipton. All right. Give me 1 second. I got one more story I want to present to you guys. So I want to shout out 1090 Jake, because what I'm gonna start doing now on this channel, which is Crime Time channel, is um talk about backstories to serious violent crimes on this channel. Um, and it says a social media feud led to the killing of a 9-year-old girl in Dallas, police say. And this happened in 2019, but I'm going to read backstory to it, and then I'm going to. A social media rivalry between two Dallas rappers escalated into a shooting that left a 9-year-old girl dead days before school started, police said. East Dallas resident Brandon East Dallas resident Brandonia Bennett Brandonia Bennett was struck by a bullet in her head Wednesday as she sat on a couch after getting her nails done for the first day of school, CNN affiliate KTV-TV reported. The suspect, Terry Simmons, who was 19, turned himself in Thursday and faces a capital murder charge. Dallas police said in a statement. Simmons allegedly went to an apartment complex to confront a rival rapper after the two engaged disparaging comments about one another on social media. According to authorities, the other person did not come out of his apartment, so Simmons circled around the back, police said. Then Simmons opened fire, shooting at the wrong apartment and fatally wounding Brandonia, police said. As adults, as parents, as police officers, we're supposed to make them safe. As community leaders, we're supposed to make them safe. Dallas Police Department Mage Danny Williams told the affiliate she was sitting in her house. She felt safe. She was only 9 years old. Simmons' bail was set at $500,000 if the insurance attorney was not immediately available. Alright, so first and foremost, it is not okay to be in the streets shooting at each other, whether you are in cahoots or whether you don't like a specific gang. But to shoot and for that bullet to struck a 9-year-old child as she's sitting on the couch, getting her nails done and hair down for school, it tells you that criminals are really not good criminals. Because if you are targeting and shooting at one another, then you might as well sign yourself a life sentence because bullets don't have names on it. So to be out here shooting bullets, then my thing is this: you shouldn't be able to walk the streets again because you are a dangerous individual. Because if you wanted to shoot up a gun and shoot people, then what can't you do? You already caused a child to lose a life all over a rivalry, all over tit for tat. Who is the biggest leader? Who is the big dog? And I control this and I control that. Yeah, but when somebody get caught in a crossfire and get killed by your bullet, then you have to answer and pay for your consequences. Your actions is what led up to a child losing her life, and you ended up in prison. And I'm very glad that these guys got a capital murder conviction and was sentenced to life because you should never be able to be on the streets again. I'm going to start doing these type of stories, the backstories to these stories, and give my opinion about the backstories. But the backstory was that it was two rival gang members and they were shooting at each other, and one of them shot, and the bullet missed the individual and went through someone's house and striking the 9-year-old child. And there's consequences for your actions, and I hope justice is served. And another thing about rappers is that I don't care if you're in the gang, not in the gang. Stop flexing on social media because you're selling yourself out little by little. When you flexing on the gram, Facebook, you're flexing for what? Bad things can happen when you start flexing on the internet with money. You can be robbed. You can be killed. Anything can happen. So it's dangerous to be flexing on the internet, and it's dangerous to claim claim gangs if you're not a gang member. Like, comment, and subscribe. Turn your post notifications on so you be notified every single time I drop a brand new video on this channel. Subscribe to my Crime Time, Saved by Children TV, and subscribe also to Charles Reactions so you be notified every single time I drop a new video. Peace.